This instructional video will show how to set up a very commonly used accessory for the speckFINDER Gemological base version, and that's the vacuum pen and pump assembly. And so in order to install the vacuum pen and pump, there's first a clamp bracket that you have to attach to the actual gem base. So how we attach that is we take the bracket and attach it to the bottom lip of the platform that's on the gemological base. And then taking, this is the 5/32 Allen wrench. There's two set screws that are located inside the bracket, and they friction mount this bracket to the platform of the gemstone base. So we get those tightened up. And once that bracket is firmly mounted, then we take the XY-Micropositioner and you orient the micropositioner such that you have one of the micro adjustment knobs, silver knobs, facing you, the other one facing to the right side, and then you take this platform right here and slide it into the mouth of the bracket. It slides in there very easily. Then this front Allen screw, go ahead and tighten that down, and that locks the XY-Micropositioner into the bracket that attaches to the gemological base. And then using an Allen wrench, and this is the 7/32 Allen wrench, go ahead and tighten that head. And then this is all firmly seated and ready to mount the accessories into the gemstone base. Now there's two accessories that actually come with the XY-Micropositioner. One is with the wire stone holder, and you'll see there's an arm bracket, and attached to that arm bracket is a post, and that post actually has a small bearing. It's a spring bearing attached to it. So what you can do is take the wire stone holder that's provided and attach that to that post that's mounted to this arm. And then there's a threaded hole, and you take the screw that comes with it, and working through the back of the XY-Micropositioner, you simply thread that arm on. And you'll notice there's a slot, so you can raise or lower this, or you can tilt it in any orientation that you need in order to get the gem in proper focus. You can also take this back panel and rotate the back panel. And what's nice about this whole assembly is when you're working at high magnification and you want to make small adjustments or small movements to the stone, you can actually do that ever so slightly just by turning the knobs that are on this XY-Micropositioner stage. Now some people don't want to have the obstruction in the field of view of the actual stone holder itself, the wires that comprise this wire stone holder. They prefer to have a clean view, a table view, or a clean view of the diamond or the girdle. And there we have an accessory that's part of this assembly to do that. And that's the actual vacuum pen. So we'll go ahead and we'll remove the arm that holds this XY stone holder, or wire stone holder. And then we have the vacuum pen. Now the vacuum pen has a small component part that fits on the end, and that end has a small suction cup. And then there's an O-ring that attaches to the knurled knob that's on the pen, and then also into one of the grooves that's located on the small component part onto which the diamond seats, or gemstone. And then by this movement here, you'll actually have the ability to rotate the stone. So now that we have that vacuum pen assembled, there's another bracket in your assembly kit, and this actually holds and attaches the vacuum pen to the XY-Micropositioner stage. So there's two thumb screws, and the one is to affix this clamp to the actual stage, and the other is to hold the vacuum pen into place. And so what you want to do is locate and center the vacuum pen over the diaphragm that's located in the gem base. And once you do that, just go ahead and tighten it down. And then you'll have the ability, when you have a stone attached, you can actually loosen that up, and you can rotate the stone to turn it sideways, or you can have it in a table up orientation, and then you can actually turn the knob on the vacuum pen, which will cause the stone to rotate. And again, you can rotate the portion of the micro stage to orient the stone how you want it to be oriented. Then what we have to do is connect the vacuum pump. So you have to pick up this adapter. This is a vacuum pen adapter that the hose actually mounts to, and you take that adapter with the small end, it's the narrower portion of the adapter, and you put that into this lower portion of the vacuum pen. You push that in, and that causes a collar, a small collar, to release. So you push that in, and then the collar releases and seats that adapter into the actual vacuum pump. And then you take the portion of the hose and you push that over the knurled pieces of the adapter, and they hold that hose in place. It makes it difficult for the hose to back out. So once that's attached, then take the power cord and plug that in. And then you take the other portion of the hose, plug that directly into the vacuum pen itself, and then turn the pump on. Now normally this pump would be located on the floor, and that's why you have roughly about 3.5 to 4 feet of hose length. So you turn that on, and then you have a very nice vacuum, strong vacuum coming out of the end of the vacuum pen. Then you can easily pick up a stone, place that back into the vacuum pen stone holder, and tighten that down. And then again, you can rotate the stone, rotate the vacuum pen, all within the field of view of the speckFINDER. So that ends this portion of the video that's associated with this optional accessory for the gemological version of the speckFINDER, but it is a very popular and common option to use when you're imaging and photographing stones. Thank you.